Hi, my name is Prince Madejemo Alex. Call me the synergist. I want to talk about something I saw online today. Uh, it was actually very disheartening. I don't know. I just have to address it the best way I can. I saw somebody who made a post and about saw the comment on that. The comment was actually disturbing. And why were they disturbing? Because I fear for the next generation. My generation have already is already living their life, and we are learning from our pieces, from our mistakes, from our success and everything. We are learning from it. But what we are dishing out to the next generation is terrifying. Honestly, if I may say, it's very terrifying. And if we leave it unchecked, we might have, I don't know how to describe it. We have a flood of crisis, marital crisis, relationship crisis in our hands, and we will be able to handle them. So, what did I see? I saw somebody who said, "Oh, the men folks are the power they have had for so long. We need to start taking them back. We need to start letting them know. We need to." You see, relationship is not a crisis between men and a female. If we don't understand how God created these things, or how God created these things, let us first of all sit down and learn. If we don't learn, we are bound to make mistake and over and over and over and over again. If you will submit to a man, it's not something that is contestable. It is a must if you must have a successful marriage. If you will love your wife, it's not something that is contestable. It is a must, it is a requirement if you must have a successful home. Now, most of you who are dishing out those advice, you have been hurt, you are broken. I don't know what happened. I don't know what they did to you that begin to make you to have this mindset. But will I actually say is a mindset? No, it's not a mindset. That is who you were that make you to be treated the way you were treated. Now, the most disheartening aspect of it is that you now garnish those your mentors that make you not to have a successful or a wonderful marriage. You now garnish it with bitterness and hatred. You are spreading it. You are sprinkling it in the minds of our young generation. You are sprinkling it, you are spreading it like a dung in the minds of our young generations. And most of this generation are vulnerable because they respect you, they are taking buying into it. What you need is healing, not becoming a marital counselor, not becoming a marriage counselor. You have your failed relationship, deal with it. Stop pushing it to others. What I want to see in the next generation is how people can live, have a wonderful home. We have already have enough broken homes. That's why we have all the kind of vices that we are having right now. Let me tell you, if the home is successful, the society is safe. If we have a successful and a functional home, the society is safe. Because from home we raise a dysfunctional adult who is going to pick another dysfunctional adult that are going to raise another dysfunctional family. It goes on and 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 on. It never ends. That is what they call generational causes. It's actually not a cause, it's a pattern. Because somebody refused to get healed, he he entered a dysfunctional relationship that leads to dysfunctional marriage, that leads to raising dysfunctional children, and it spread to the society. Now, let me tell you something. What they call the seven universal law. One of them states the law of cause and effect, the law of attraction, the law of gender. Now, let me zero on the law of gender. The law of gender states that you are either a male or a female. You can't be both at the same time. You can't have the characteristics of a male as a female. You can't have the characteristics of a male as of a female as a male. So you are stuck with one. You can't have any of them. It's nature. That is how God created everything that being. And it is we human, out of our own selfishness, out of our own greed, that want to change most of the things that God have created. Have you ever said nature? You can't walk against nature. That is the truth. When you work against nature, it's disastrous. When the nature work against you, it's disastrous. So at the end of the day, you are the one that lose when you don't comply to the law of nature. When you comply to the law of nature, you are happy and you are good to go. Now, what is the law of nature when it comes to marriage? Woman, submit to your husband. It is not a contention issue. It is not a debating issue. Woman, submit to your husband. Man, what is your own? Love your wife. It is not whether you feel like loving. Love has nothing to do with feelings. It is a command. Love your wife. Now, what we should be teaching our children is how can you identify a woman that can submit to you? How can you identify a man that will love you when you submit to him? Who will not take advantage, who will not see your submission as a weakness that he can take advantage of, who will not see your submission as a tool he can use to abuse you, who will value you and your seed for the rest of his life. That is what we should be teaching our children, not how to fight another gender. Because you know the funniest thing, we can't do without each other, no matter how. And funny enough, I'm not seeing men being on this attacking side, but it is those who have actually have a marital issue that have begun to garnish their hatred, their bitterness as a means of advice, becoming a social movement, and all the rest of the thing. Is destroying the family, is destroying the fabrics of the society, because every broken home affects the society. The broken home, the children that emanate from that broken home are going to infiltrate the society. They are going to push their ideas, they are going to push their ideology to the next person. They are going to marry to another person. You see, we are building a dysfunctional family and raising the dysfunctional children, and it's going to result to a dysfunctional society. There is no two ways about it. There's nothing we can do about it until we begin to intentionally build and say, no, this ought not to be so. Irrespective of how civilized we are. Now, I can say because I'm civilized, I will not drink water, I will not eat, I will not sleep, I will not, because those things are nature. I will not defecate, I will not urinate, no matter how civilized we are. So nature, you can't work against nature. That is how God created everything. When you cooperate with nature, then nature will bring out the best to you. But when you violate the rules of nature, why we are having a whole lot of divorces these days is because we are violating the rules of nature. From both sides, from both male and female, we are violating the rules of nature. Do you know why? The funniest thing, what causes it? Because we are badly raised. Many of us are badly raised. You imagine some single mother have transferred their bitterness to their daughter, or how to protect herself against man. So when she sees a good man, she sees the terrible father that the mother talked about. When when she comes in contact with a man, what comes into her head is the story, the terrible story that her mother told her about her father. So she becomes protective when she's supposed to be submissive. She becomes contention when she's supposed to be complimenting. And the relationship breaks. It further solidify her belief that men are like this, not minding her action in that relationship. Please, I want to beg every one of you, every one of us, you a man, you're a woman, if you've had relationships that have not worked out, your own didn't work out doesn't mean that other people have not been working out. It doesn't mean that other people will not work out. You see, let me tell you this. If you are a female, you are listening to me. If you actually desire to have a successful marriage, don't learn from those who are bitter. Learn from those who are having a very wonderful, successful marriage. Yeah, they will tell you their challenges. There's no marriage that doesn't have a challenge. Let's be truth. But you see, those ones that have pulled out, that didn't have the tenacity to the resilience to actually work things out. They want microwave, or just put it there, a workout. You eat, that is microwave marriage. You just put it throw it inside the microwave, and it's done. You eat. Marriage is not like that. Marriage is you have to blow the fire. The fire have to enter your eyes, both sides. I'm not talking about men, women, or both sides. The man, the woman. You have to set, look for the firewood, put the firewood, set the fire, put the pot, and keep blowing the fire for it to get. Then it get cooked. That is how marriage is. That is how marriage is. It takes effort from both ends for to make the marriage work. But you see, when you withhold, this one withhold, the marriage will crash. Why are we bringing children into this world that we know we can't raise and we're not ready to cooperate to raise our children? I'm so honestly, whenever I see broken homes, children from broken home, it breaks my heart because you know why? Because I'm from one. And I don't want to see it repeat continually in my generation. I want to do the best I can to make sure that this trend is ungodly. This trend is ungodly. It's not of God. How can we arrest it? You have a broken marriage. Sit down and ask yourself, what and what did I do? You begin to correct yourself. You begin to teach your children, oh, the mistake you made. Not being bitter with your spouse. Get healing. And if you don't want to get healing, stay out of public space. Stay in your own closet. Live with your bitterness and die with your bitterness. That is my advice to you.